Player ratings then, Crystal Palace 1, Everton 2, a fantastic win for Everton Football Club today. It wasn't the easiest game, wasn't the prettiest game. We had to dig deep, we had to work hard, but Carlo Ancelotti's men have won 3 out of 3 Premier League games. Top of the league, 5 out of 5 so far this season. A fantastic start to the season and a really, really good win today at Selhurst Park. Starting off with Jordan Pickford, then I've given him a 6.5 and thought he'd done okay today, Jordan Pickford. Look, obviously he didn't make any real sort of mistakes that led to goal scoring opportunities. Of course, he probably could have done better for Crystal Palace's goal. I don't fully put the blame on Jordan Pickford for that goal, to be honest with you. I think Michael Keane and Richarlison should do a lot better. I think when you've got a player heading the ball at you from 5 yards out at 70 miles an hour or whatever the stupid it was, I think it's very, very difficult to do something and to save that. Should he have probably got a hand to it? Yes, maybe. It is aimed right at his at him, but I just think it could have been avoided if both defenders or obviously Richarlison and Michael Keane deal with the ball coming into the box. He did also flap at a couple of other things as well. Kouyaté had another header in the second half where he heads it down to him, and Jordan Pickford does this mad thing where he sort of star jumps, and Tim Howard used to do it at times, but Jordan Pickford's been doing it recently, and I don't know why, but every time a ball sort of comes in his general vicinity or is headed towards him, he jumps, and maybe it's to make his body look a little bit bigger, and on this occasion I think it comes off him and ends up going out for the corner, but it's just a bit mad, and it just doesn't seem as composed as it would have liked. There was a couple of times where he punched balls that he probably could have caught, and he just didn't seem as composed, and again, he didn't make any massive awful mistakes that obviously led to goals, but I just think he's massively low on confidence at the moment, so I've given him a 6.5. Luca Dean, I've given him a 7.5. Thought he played really, really well down that left hand side, again picking the ball up, defensively done what he needed to do, battled really, really hard defensively as well. He had to dig deep a lot of times when Palace were breaking forward. They've got a lot of pace on the counter attack, they've got a lot of ability on the counter attack, and they do break forward quite fast, and Luca Dean had to dig deep, and also going forward as well, put a couple of really, really good balls into the box. Obviously won us the penalty, which resulted in the winning goal, and I just thought he had a good game today. Michael Keane and Yerry Mina have given both defenders a 7. Again, like I say, for me, Michael Keane should do better on Crystal Palace's goal. I think Yerry Mina as well a couple of times just looked a little bit shaky. Don't know whether that's just because Crystal Palace were getting into the game the more that it went on and were starting to find their feet a little bit, but I think both done a solid job defensively. Like I said, again, it was a very, very tough physical game, and they dealt with everything pretty much that they needed to deal with, and they dealt with it well. Again, like I said, it wasn't the easiest performance for Everton Football Club, but they've done what they needed to do, and have given Michael Keane and Yerry Mina a 7. Seamus Coleman 7.5, same as Luca Dean. Thought he'd done really, really well down that right hand side. Again, getting down there, creating opportunities, battling, fighting hard as well. That's one thing we've saw from Seamus Coleman over the last 3 games, is that he's fighting now. He's showing that he really, really wants to dig deep for the team, and I'm not saying that he didn't show that before, but I think with the players around him, your Allen, your Abdoulaye Doucouré, I think it's really, really starting to show that Seamus is wanting to get involved and really, really wanting to fight for all his teammates, and that's what we're seeing from these Everton performances recently. Is we're seeing a lot of fight, we're seeing a lot of togetherness, we're seeing a lot of camaraderie, and Seamus, I thought today was really, really good in at right back. I thought the whole defence were pretty solid. We were put under a lot of pressure, but we didn't fold at any one time. Obviously, the goal could have been avoided and probably should have been avoided, but we done quite well to sort of keep Palace out for for the remainder of the game. Alan, I've gone for 8 in that midfield. This game suited Alan to the T for me. He was having to battle, he was having to fight, he was having to throw himself into challenges, he was having to get involved in the middle of the park, and that's exactly what he done. He was sort of everywhere. He was throwing challenges in everywhere. He gave away a couple of free kicks. He gave one free kick away in a silly area, but nevertheless, that was the chair, by the way. But nevertheless, he still was doing what he needed to do. He understood when if a player was going to get past him, or if a player was going to take the ball past him, he could take him out and sort of not put us under any unnecessary pressure or unnecessary danger. Abdoulaye Doucouré, I've given him an 8.5. Thought he was brilliant today, absolutely brilliant again. For me, he covered every blade of grass. He worked his absolute arse off. He made a fantastic challenge when Wilfried Zaha had the ball and was belting it down, and on a very dangerous counter attack. Again, Abdoulaye Doucouré, very similar to his challenge in this Tottenham game, raced back and made the tackle, and ultimately absolutely nullified their attack. And I thought that's what he done all game today. All game, he just picked the ball up in the midfield and he just stopped those little free-flowing counter attacks from Crystal Palace. And Palace are a very, very good side on the counter attack. They've got a lot of fast-paced players, and a lot of players that can hurt teams good physical, technically good players as well. But I think Abdoulaye Doucouré done a brilliant job of just breaking those down and not allowing them all of the space and all of the time on the ball. James Rodriguez, have also given him an 8.5. Again, another really, really good game for James Rodriguez. Again, his creativity, his ability is just completely shone through today. That ball to Seamus Coleman for the opening goal is just absolutely exquisite. He's not even looking at Seamus Coleman, yet he still manages to find them. And Seamus does fantastically well as well, to be fair, and I possibly should have given Seamus an 8 for the assist. Yeah, actually, I'm going to change that. Seamus Coleman gets an 8, but James Rodriguez, 8.5. Again, just the ball, the overall play. Every time he's got the ball, everyone seems calmer. His switches of play, his first touch is fantastic. He's inviting fouls on again. He dug deep, he worked hard, he got himself involved in the game as well. So I've given James an 8.5. Andre Gomez, I've given him a 7. Thought he worked hard today. Didn't see an awful lot of the ball. Wasn't massively in the game, but I did think he worked hard. Got himself involved. Obviously ended up coming off towards the back end of the game, but still, done his job, done what he needs to do in that midfield and put in a decent performance. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, an 8.5. For me, again, gets his goal today. Another goal for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. 5 goals now in 3 games. Top goal scorer in the Premier League. Another fantastic finish as well. Like I said, brilliant ball in by James Rodriguez. Fantastic ball across the box by Seamus Coleman. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin finishes perfectly. And probably should have had another couple, to be honest with you. There was one where James puts a fantastic corner in, and that's another thing about James. His delivery today was absolutely exquisite. Some of those corners he was putting in were absolutely fantastic, and one of them goes in, and I think Keane and Calvert-Lewin jump at the same time and end up clashing heads. In another situation, Calvert-Lewin tries to volley it in because it's at an awkward angle when maybe he should have done a little bit better, but obviously he got his goal today, and for me, I thought he played well. And Richarlison, 8.5 again, dug deep, worked hard, obviously scored the penalty, fantastic penalty as well. Should have made another penalty, but ultimately it wasn't given. But I just thought he was really solid today and had a decent game. Going into the subs bench then, Tom Davies, have given him a 6.5. Did he touch the ball? I don't know. But there you go. Gylfi Sigurdsson, I've given him a 7. Thought he'd come on and done well, to be honest. Slotted into that Andre Gomez role, got himself involved, threw a couple of tackles in as well, and showed that he can dig deep and he can be that physical player in the middle. And Alex Iwobi, a 6.5 as well. Again, I'm not too sure whether Alex Iwobi touched the ball more than 5 times when he come on for James Rodriguez, but again, ultimately he done quite well in the middle of the park and he didn't do anything wrong, did he? And Carlo Ancelotti, 10. Listen, I think I said it last week. I'm not going to stop giving Carlo Ancelotti a 10 until we stop winning football matches, which hopefully is never. Another big win for Everton Football Club today. Fantastic victory. That really tough game. I said this in the preview. For me, if we won this game, it was going to mean something, because it was brilliant winning against Spurs, but Spurs again were poor. They didn't really bring an awful lot. It was brilliant winning against West Brom, but West Brom, have struggled so far in the Premier League, newly promoted. It was a big win today. No pundit, no football fan can sit there and go, oh, well, it's only Palace. They didn't play well. We come into this game today in very good form ourselves, but we were playing a side who have come off the back of 2 wins, a big win at Old Trafford the week before, and we went away from home and we dug deep and we fought hard. And again, like I said it in the intermatch reaction, for me it's brilliant winning and playing fancy football and playing brilliant football, but you're not going to be able to do that for 38 games. There's going to be some games where you've got to dig deep and you've got to fight hard and you've got to come out the other end with a win, and that's what we've done today. Really good result. Again, wasn't the prettiest performance, but we dug deep and we got the win. Big thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on everything in the comment section down below. Really do appreciate your support. If you haven't checked out the instant match reaction, please do so. It is up live on the channel now. Big thanks for watching. We'll be live with the game review tomorrow, 5:15 PM. Big thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.